Yeah, Windows 8 just sucks.
By the way, we're on air.
Okay.
Welcome to Matt and Kat Beyond the Bow Tie. Today we have with us, is it pronounced Colum? That's what I've been
That's
saying.
correct. Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
Column.
And
Cool.
then Colum Regan.
Yep, that's me.
Okay. Great. And Colum was the body double for David Tennant on Doctor Who. And he's been able to join us, which we're really, really happy that you got to come visit us.
Hey.
I saw
Hurrah.
that you. What's that?
I just gave a hurrah of
Oh, yes. Raw.
hooray.
So, yeah, I noticed you started following us on Twitter, and I'm like, because whenever somebody follows us, I'm like looking at the profile, and they're like, doubled for David Tennant. I'm like, is this legitimate? And so I started talking to you, and
Yeah.
you've got a wonderful sense of humor. So,
And
yeah,
I just
have to-
joined this at the very end. I
Yeah.
snuck in here, kind of, sort of.
Well, I was like, Kat,
Yeah.
you got to find out who's following us on Twitter.
And I was like, what? It's summer.
Yeah, and then she wasn't taking my calls.
I'm sorry, Matt.
It's
I had
okay.
very important things to do, like baking cakes with my sisters.
No souffles.
No, what? I can't bake souffles. Are you kidding? It's lucky I don't blow up the kitchen with cakes alone.
Doctor Who reference.
Uh,
Yeah.
no, I could never be souffle girl.
Well, apparently she can't either.
Oh, she can't bake? Haha, you can't be beautiful and cook. Take that, Louise.
Oh, so yeah. So we have like an 8-hour time difference, so it's like 6:42 here and
In the morning.
2:42 there. 2:42 in the afternoon in Cardiff, England.
Oh,
That's
you
right,
in
so-
Cardiff.
Well, it's Wales, which is a part
Oh.
of the UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Got it.
So well done to you guys for getting up so early doing
Yeah,
this.
no worries. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
You want to kind of give a little bit of background? I know you're a writer, songwriter. You're in a band currently.
There's a few things.
And you have a book
I've
coming
only-
out.
That's correct. Yeah, I've only started putting myself about recently, and kind of like following yourself and other people on within the Whoverse, within the
Yeah.
Doctor Who thing. The last couple of years, I've just been really busy with music. I've done a couple of albums, and then I've written this book as well, which is going to be published. It's going to be out in the winter. So kind of, I've been re-entering the virtual world, if you like, and kind of reaching out online to people.
Cool.
And I came across you guys. Which
Yeah.
is very cool.
I mean,
That's
how?
awesome.
Just out of curiosity, how did you find us on Twitter? Was it
Yeah.
like
How in the world?
You just go through the kind of, you follow a Doctor Who thread, basically.
Oh,
and
okay.
and that's you
Alright.
guys. Yeah.
I know we've been the Trenzler Tomb has been retweeting us when we have some kind of good stuff. I don't know.
Ah,
if people
yes.
kind of-
Go
Yeah.
us.
But it was a
That's
goal
it.
of mine. We started this about a little over a year ago in
While
the
ago.
summer, and we've had 10 episodes since then.
Great.
But my goal was to have somebody who's actually on the show, on the podcast, and never in my wildest dreams did I think that within a year we would have somebody who had actually been on the set and on the show. So this is really
Yeah.
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 Could you tell us a little bit about what it was like to be on set? We briefly talked. There was like a tech mishap where we couldn't hear you, but what it was like to be on set, like in the TARDIS. You mentioned it was kind of surreal.
It was very surreal because you see it on screen, and the way it's edited and everything, and the production values, and it's all so slick and it's also exciting. So walking into the actual set, there's quite a buzz of excitement. Well, I had quite a buzz of excitement about it anyway,
Oh, okay.
because you're stepping into something you've you've only looked at on, I never would have thought that I would have been stepping onto it, and it was just such a random way I got onto it anyway.
Oh, how
Um,
did you?
well, I was doing some extra work for the company which do extras for Doctor Who, and I'd been on Torchwood. I'd been a Weevil on Torchwood, and I've done some other bits and pieces.
Cool.
And they got in contact with me because David Tennant's mother had taken ill, and they needed a body double very quickly for the next day. And on my file, I matched the more or less his height, his hair color, and his body shape.
Cool.
So they asked me to come in, and when I got there, they kind of handed me the suit and handed me a script and,
Screwdriver.
and said, yeah, and a screwdriver as well, yeah. And
Oh my
said,
gosh.
okay, you're gonna go through and get your hair cut now.
Okay.
I still didn't know really what was going on, and I was kind of saying, why have I got a script? What's happening? So then they explained it to me. But at first, I didn't know what was going on. I had to pinch myself to see if I was awake, because I'd just been handed the costume, a script, and like you say, the screwdriver as well,
Wow.
which they took back from me immediately after every take.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
After every take, the AD came over and said, "I'll have that back now."
No.
Did you were you like, no, let
Yeah,
go. You're not letting go.
I was threatening him with it as well, pointing at him, going, "No,
Yeah.
you can't take it from me."
I will use this.
So, Colum, you know who Summer Glau is?
Summer Glau.
She was in Firefly. She played River in Firefly. What else has she done? She was in Terminator, Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Yeah, okay, I think I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Okay, so I have a picture with her at Comic-Con.
Lucky guy.
And
hate you.
She has. I'm kind of in Doctor Who cosplay because it was Saturday. I do the full-on Matt Smith stuff on the second day, which is the busiest day. But I got a picture with her at her booth, and she has the sonic screwdriver, and she's like holding it menacingly next to me while I'm taking a picture with her. So that's kind of my Doctor Who claim to fame, is getting her to do that.
That's very cool. That's
very
cool.
It's like a crossing of the universes. You got to be careful.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I read an article on the whales. There was a article on you on some whales website talking about how there are a lot of scenes where the Tennant's doctor is flipping all the switches and everything on the TARDIS, and you're telling your family, "Hey, that's me."
That's correct. Yeah, there's especially on the episode where there were the two doctors, Journey's End.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought so. That makes sense.
Journey's End.
Yeah, that's right. So during that, so that was in the TARDIS, and everyone else was around. Billy and Catherine Tate and all the crew from Torchwood and everything.
Yeah.
That scene where everyone's around the TARDIS and everyone's flying it. So David Tennant gave me some directions on how to fly the TARDIS, basically.
Awesome.
And kind of.
Oh my gosh! Oh.
Got to be kind of quick movements and pulling that, but when you're pulling that, your other hand should be moving somewhere else to do something. Yeah. It's like all your limbs.
And then sometimes doesn't he use his foot?
Yeah.
That's it. He was telling me his foot as well, and kind of as if you're pressing down a pedal or, stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh! Wait, so did you get a chance to meet the rest of the cast? Because that was a really big episode as far as cast goes. There's a lot of people in it. So you got to
Yeah,
meet Billy Piper and
yeah,
Catherine Tate and
yeah.
all them.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Wow.
on set. I was on set a lot for that episode. So yeah, I got to meet them all,
Cool.
and
Oh
they're
my
Because
it's,
weren't you the double when they were at when they were in Bad Wolf Bay? Because I was looking at some pictures and it was
that's right.
pointing at you like
At my shoot.
you're the back head shot, and then
That's right.
Tennant's across from you and Billy's there. And then
That's right.
isn't there one where
And
you're like holding Billy Piper too?
that's right.
All that kind
So
of stuff.
they do that shot, and then they turn the camera around so that David would stand on the other side, and then I'd go on the other side. So I'd be him in both. Um, they'd take every scene twice, and we'd switch things so he could do both. He could
Right.
do lines, and
Ah.
where they exchange dialogue, then I'd learn the lines and say them back to him so that he'd have something to come back against.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, so
So
that was no,
what was the first episode that you were on?
the first episode I was on was Voyage of the Damned.
Oh,
It
okay.
was the one with the Titanic in space with Kylie Minogue in it.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's right.
Hmm.
So if he was away, taking care of his mother, which I'm sorry to hear he had to do that.
Yeah.
How did you? I mean, you weren't able to do any of the lines or anything, obviously, but
Yeah.
so how did you fill in that respect while he was gone?
Well, they got me in right in the middle of shooting a big scene. So the day before they had shot the scene with the camera trained on him, and they had already shot and he had done his dialogue. And the next,
Oh, okay.
they had to set stuff up for the different cameras for different angles. So so I learned the lines that he had said the day before, so that I could deliver them, and everyone could give their other lines. So the camera was trained on everyone else, and then later it was edited in.
Oh, okay.
So they'd
That's
already
awesome.
done a lot of the, and then the director, David ended up staying longer in Scotland than he anticipated. So they kind of had to think on their feet. And start filming stuff where they could use the other actors' dialogue when David just had to be there without without any frontal facial stuff on him or
Right.
anything like that. And
Yikes.
and then even when he came back, the director Graham thought, okay, well, we can take a second unit, and we can do some stuff with Colum where, if he's running in the distance, we can use Colum for that. We don't have to use David. Well, he's
Right.
busy doing another scene. We can take a second unit out and do this. So they're able to, if they didn't, they'd get little shots. For instance, there was one where one of the angels who was attacking them, one of the halos fell down at David Tennant's feet, and they got that shot at the end with me, just using me. So little bits and pieces like that, where there's some bits with my hands where his hand wanted to be in shot.
Yeah.
They didn't have to.
Wow.
Cool.
So
Yeah, so they got me in for a couple of different episodes and to do different bits and pieces. When, for instance, like I say, they were shooting on second unit, and
Very good.
that's awesome. So did you feel like the Doctor? Was there any point where you were like, "Oh my gosh, I'm Doctor Who"? Oh.
I didn't feel like somebody who was pretending to. I mean, when Tennant is on set, he's so magnetic and he's such a character. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like the Doctor at all. I felt like somebody who who was there just by the skin of his teeth. You know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
maybe more like a companion.
You're like, don't.
I don't even know if it felt like it. I just felt like I say, like I was some weird stroke of luck had landed me in this position, and I was just doing what I could to hang on to it, basically.
No.
Wow.
So, did you ever go out in public and like just walk around like you were David Tennant to see if anybody would say anything?
No, I didn't. I would have had to have asked people to follow me from behind because I don't look like anything like them. I would have had to walk around backwards.
Yeah. You're just walking around hiding your face, hoping people will follow you, and then they turn around and they're like,
Yeah.
That's awful. I'm sure you wouldn't do that.
Yeah. No, I didn't. And I didn't. So far I've never been to any kind of conventions or anything like that. But I'm doing one not this weekend, but the weekend after.
oh,
That's exciting.
Yeah, it'll be my first one, so I'm looking forward to that.
yeah, you'll have a lot of fun. I've gone to Comic-Con at least. I haven't been to any of the Whovian specific stuff, but it's a fun time.
Yeah.
Geek nerds everywhere. My people.
Yes, all the nerdy people.
So, what do you think about the new Doctor coming out, and then even Matt Smith briefly? I know we have a couple minutes. But,
I didn't get into the Matt Smith as much as I did the Tennant. Maybe that was because I was actually involved.
obviously, yeah.
And I think maybe it's because I admire Tennant so much as an actor, to be honest. And I've seen him do a lot of stuff, and I've been a body double for him in more than Doctor Who as well. The things
cool.
that he's done. After the Doctor Who, his agent used to call me up and say, "Can you do other TV stuff he was doing?" So
Like
there's a
Broadchurch?
good part of me. Not Broadchurch, but a thing called The Minor Character, which was a guy called Will Self. So there is definitely a personal investment for me in that. That brought the whole thing really a bit more, even more to life than the others. But
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the new incarnation because I've seen this actor before as well, and he's really great menace about him.
Yeah.
But he's got a good sense of humor, which is a similar thing to Tennant. He can be picky 1 second and dramatic the next.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm excited too. I think it'll definitely be a darker Who than we've seen in the past, especially contrasted with Matt.
Smith.
Yeah.
Yes, Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Not
He was
on my
Matt. He was Matt. He was kind of not pantomime is not the right word, but he had more of a kind of a
cartoony kind of a happiness.
Yeah, exactly.
Sort of. Yeah, he was really overblown and dramatic and big, and he was fun.
Yeah.
I liked him,
Yeah.
but it'll be interesting to see what happens.
He's my favorite.
I know he's your favorite.
Did you know? Okay, brief thing. Did you know that Matt Smith actually tried out for Watson on Sherlock before he got the Doctor Who gig? Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
That would have been interesting. Yeah.
That would have been weird. That would have never worked.
We might have a different Hobbit then.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Colum, would you be willing to come back sometime? We'd love to have you again.
Yeah, sorry about...
We're going to start up, hopefully. That's not... No, don't even apologize. So the 23rd is when the new Doctor comes out. If any time after then, I don't know if your schedule frees up at all, we'd love to have you to discuss the new Doctor and just hang out and have a good time. And just consider you a friend of the show.
That's good for me.
Great. Now, why don't you go ahead and plug the websites, your website, or where you can be found on the internet?
Okay, I'll do that. My book website is Sanson Regan Books. That's SANSONREGAN Books. And that's where you can find information about the upcoming release of my novel, The Fly Guy. And my music is, if you enter in Colum Regan online into Facebook, Colum Regan Music, or on Google, you'll find me.
Cool.
And then you're on Twitter, Colin Sanson?
Colum Sanson Regan, yeah.
Colin Sanson Regan.
So, Colum Sanson Regan, yeah. That's
Great.
right.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I've got a jet. Sorry, I've got to work, and but I'd love to hang out longer.
And I'm gonna go make breakfast because I can smell bacon and eggs from the kitchen. So
We could hear bacon and eggs from the
I
kitchen.
know. Sorry.
That's okay. It's real life. This is real life, people.
This is we are just ordinary people.
Doing a podcast.
Not to
Regan.
I've got to go. I got to go to a birthday party. It's my wife's birthday today. So.
Happy
Awesome.
birthday to your wife!
All right, and then you have a daughter as well, 7 years old, I'm guessing now.
Yeah, I got two daughters. I've got one 4 and one whose birthday it was just the other day. She's 7 now. Yeah.
Oh,
I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. The drama will never end, but I won't trade it for the world.
oh. I have no children.
That's okay. You are a children.
I'm not a children. I'm turning 21 on the 24th.
Okay, so when Kat was, let's see, if you're turning 21 10 years ago, when she was 11 or 12, she was the flower girl in my wedding.
I was in his wedding.
Oh well.
As the flower girl with her sister Megan.
Okay.
So yeah, good times. All right, well, this has been Matt and Kat Beyond the Bow Tie. Yeah. Signing off, and thank you again for being on the show.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.